this evening. First, a Ghana police force sergeant is under arrest following a road rage incident that escalated into an alleged assault on a civilian. Stay tuned for details on this developing investigation and the actions being taken by the Office of Professional Responsibility. Next, police in Region Division 6 are investigating a fatal accident that claimed the life of a 29-year-old laborer on John's Public Road, Quarantine. We'll bring you the latest on the efforts to identify and apprehend the driver involved in this tragic incident. In a heartwarming update, the Men on a Mission initiative has handed over newly constructed homes to 2 single mothers in Regions 3 and 4. Also, the government of Ghana has expressed support for a proposed 3-phase deal by the U.S. President Joseph Biden to end Israel's war in Gaza. Find out more about Ghana's stance and the key elements of this international peace initiative. And finally, history in the making. Mexican voters have elected their first female president, Claudia Sheinbaum, from the left-wing Morena party. We'll bring you the insights into her landslide victory and what this means for Mexico's future. All this and more coming up on tonight's broadcast. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for June 3rd, 2024. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, the government of Ghana has expressed support for the proposed 3-phase deal announced by U.S. President Joseph Biden on May 31st, 2024, aimed at ending Israel's war in Gaza. The government noted that the proposal is consistent with prior United Nations Security Council and General Assembly resolution, which Ghana has backed. Key elements of the deal include an immediate and sustained ceasefire, the unconditional release of hostages, a significant increase in humanitarian aid to Gaza, and a comprehensive reconstruction plan requiring strong security measures. Ghana emphasized the need for a lasting solution to the Israel-Palestinian conflict, which has lasted for over 70 years. The government reiterated that the only viable resolution is the implementation of a 2-state solution with a free and independent state of Palestine based on the pre-1967 borders coexisting peacefully along the states of Israel. Ghana called on the international community to intensify efforts to achieve this goal and end the prolonged conflict and insecurity in the region. On a different note, a Ghana police force sergeant is under arrest and assisting with an investigation following an alleged assault on a civilian during a road rage incident. The incident occurred on June 1st, 2024 at approximately 11:45 a.m. at the intersection of Camp and Church Street in Georgetown. According to reports, the altercation escalated when the sergeant, armed with a firearm, confronted the civilian who was carrying a cutlass. The confrontation resulted in the sergeant assaulting the civilian. The incident was promptly reported to the Alberton police station, and the civilian has since undergone a medical examination. The Office of Professional Responsibility is currently investigating the matter to determine the circumstances surrounding the altercation and ensure appropriate actions are being taken. In other news, police in Regional Division 6 are investigating a fatal accident that claimed the life of a 29-year-old laborer on John's Public Road, Quarantine, Berbice on Sunday, June 2nd. The incident involved a motor pickup registration number GNN 4363 and the deceased Dionarine Budram, a pedestrian from Rose Hall, Quarantine. Investigations revealed that around 9:30 p.m., the pickup was traveling at high speed west along the southern road of John's Public Road, while Budram was walking east on the northern side. The driver of the pickup allegedly lost control, colliding with Budram and causing him to be thrown into a bus shed before the pickup ended up in a nearby trench. The driver fled the scene immediately after the collision. A bystander transported the unconscious Budram to Port Moran Public Hospital. However, he was pronounced dead on arrival. Budram's body is currently at Rambo's funeral home awaiting a post-mortem examination. Efforts are ongoing to identify and apprehend the driver involved in the accident. Further investigations are in progress. Stick around when we return. Men on a Mission initiative provides new homes to single mothers in Regions 3 and 4. And Minister of Public Works confirms East Bank Road project is on schedule for timely completion.
Experience more than award-winning speed.
Way more.
Get the best that LTE has to offer on Digicel, officially the fastest mobile network in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speedtest, recognizes Digicel as the best mobile network in Guyana. With the best LTE experience and the fastest data speeds, experience it all with Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
TikToker followers, he is credit. And today, all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you wanna know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. She shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Check daily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. Minister of Public Works Bishop One Edgehill has said that the $75.8 million East Bank of Demerara Road project is on track to finish within the agreed contract period. The project, stretching from Good Success to Tamiri, is scheduled for completion within 3 years. Undertaken by the China Road and Bridge Corporation, the project involves rehabilitation of 23.7 kilometers of roadways, alongside restoring ancillary roads, bridges, and culverts, and enhancing safety measures. Minister Edgehill highlighted its significance in alleviating traffic burdens and facilitating efficient transportation routes by highlighting that the project will be integrated with the Suicide-Linden Highway by installing a roundabout. The Minister of Public Works stressed the importance of efficiency, urging contractors to meet or exceed project timelines. He emphasized the need for public cooperation and a facilitative approach from stakeholders to ensure smooth progress. Transparency measures include making project details accessible on the ministry's website once the design build is approved. In an inspiring move, the Men on a Mission initiative has gifted new homes to single mothers. Dale Jarvis has more details.
The Men on Mission initiative has handed over 2 newly constructed homes to single mothers in regions 3 and 4. Beneficiaries Bibi Arjun and Bagwati Jairaho, who face significant challenges, received their homes at simple ceremonies on Sunday, June 2, 2024 in Monrepos, East Coast Demerara. 64-year-old cancer survivor Bibi Arjun, a domestic worker who lost her home over a year ago, was presented with the keys to her new house by Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anel Nandalal. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Bibi thanked MOM for the support. Similarly, in Bell West Canal No. 2, West Bank Demerara, 47-year-old Bagwati Jairaho received her new home. Bagwati, who lost both her son and husband, lives with her 2 daughters and supports her family as a domestic worker. After writing to the president about her need for housing, she was thrilled to be selected for the initiative. Minister Nandlal praised the MOM initiative for its impactful work uplifting society and congratulated the beneficiaries. The new homes symbolize personal triumphs for the women and demonstrate the collective efforts of the Men on Mission initiative. This initiative aims to combat toxic masculinity, foster community support through mentoring and humanitarian efforts. Since its inception, Men on a Mission has been dedicated to constructing homes for vulnerable individuals, including the elderly and single mothers. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Don't go away after the break. China ready to forcefully stop Taiwan independence, Defense Minister. And UN Weather Agency predicts shift from El Nino to La Nina.
Not a single bar of service.
Not with us. Digicel officially has the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speed Test, recognizes Digicel as the network with the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Be it in Aishalton or in Etteringban, we got you covered.
Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Welcome to Fortune Investment Company, your #1 eco-friendly cleaning and janitorial company in Guyana. At Fortune Investment Company, we specialize in commercial and residential cleaning. Whether it's your home or office, our experienced team is detail-focused and take pride in providing excellent services to make your spaces sparkle. Restaurants and kitchen cleaning? Aren't you tired of hearing your chef complain? Keep your culinary spaces spotless and hygienic with our dedicated maintenance services. Floor scrubbing and polishing? Elevate the look of your home or business. Give your floors a new lease on life with our professional scrubbing and polishing. But that's not all. We also offer power washing and steam cleaning. Say goodbye to dirt and moss. Our power washing services will leave your surfaces looking brand new. Revitalize your carpets, mattresses, and chairs with our thorough steam cleaning services. When you want someone to clean your space with care and without the unhealthy chemicals, you want Fortune Investment Company. Call us now at 646-0405 or 689-7558 or 639-6365 or visit us at 3430 Jacksonville Housing Scheme, North Rumville to schedule your cleaning and janitorial services. Visit our business pages at Fortune Investment Company to learn more about our services and promotion. Fortune Investment Company, where cleanliness meets perfection, because a clean space is a happy space. And remember, we do the dirty works while you stay clean.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226 61082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Drew, has urged residents to prepare for an above-average 2024 Atlantic hurricane season. Forecasts predict this season could resemble some of the most intense years on record, with expectations of 17 to 25 named storms and up to 7 major hurricanes. Drew advised citizens to develop emergency plans, secure their properties, and stay informed through reliable sources like the National Emergency Management Agency. He emphasized the importance of individuals' preparedness and noted that national subcommittees on various sectors are actively working to enhance infrastructure resilience and emergency response. The hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th. Mexican voters have elected their first female president. Claudia Sheinbaum from the left-wing Morena Party has won a landslide victory. She is a former climate scientist and mayor of Mexico City. Al Jazeera's Latin American editor, Lucia Newman, reports.
Claudia Sheinbaum's electoral triumph may not have been unexpected, but the massive extent of her victory was. The first woman to be elected president of Mexico won with more votes than any other candidate by a landslide.
Above all, this is a recognition of Mexican people and our political program. And for the first time in 200 years, we have a woman as a president of Mexico. As I've said before, I am not arriving alone. We women arrive together.
The popularity and support of current President Andrés Manuel López Obrador is largely responsible for Sheinbaum's win. She's a scientist, a former Mexico City mayor, and founder of the governing left-wing Morena Party. In fact, López Obrador had singled her out as his preferred successor years ago. Unlike the president, Sheinbaum has generated expectations that she will fight for women's rights and address violence against females in Mexico, where femicides are the highest per capita in the Western Hemisphere.
As women, this means a lot. It means breaking through the glass ceiling that we've had for centuries. It means, at least for me, breaking the stereotype that a woman cannot take a leadership role.
Sheinbaum promises to continue the president's social programs, but critics are worried that she will also push other policies seen by many as authoritarian.
Certainly on the campaign trail, Claudia Sheinbaum fully endorsed López Obrador's policies, his model, his proposed constitutional reforms, and those represent his efforts to really weaken some democratic checks and balances in Mexico, to centralize power in the federal executive branch, to further militarize power within and beyond the security sphere.
The election campaign itself was marred by unprecedented levels of violence. Election day also saw people killed and polling stations attacked, during the country's mounting security crisis. Mexico's next president will have her work cut out for her.
But supporters' overwhelming support for President López Obrador may not be as easily transferred to Sheinbaum. She will have to strike a delicate balance between keeping her promise to follow his doctrine, while at the same time trying to find her own voice. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.
The World Meteorological Organization says the El Nino weather event is showing signs of ending. It's helped fuel a rise in global temperatures and extreme weather around the world, but conditions are expected to ease with the arrival of La Nina later this year. Al Jazeera's Everton Fox explains.
Record high temperatures, both in the sea and on land. Devastating floods and storms and intense drought. These extreme weather events are often worsened by the El Nino weather phenomenon. That, along with its opposite state, known as La Niña, significantly alter the global climate. El Nino can be identified through different measurements, mainly the warming of sea temperatures at the surface. It's declared when temperatures in the tropical eastern Pacific Ocean rise 0.5 degrees Celsius above average. It peaks around Christmas, hence the name, meaning Christ child, given centuries ago by fishermen from Peru. La Niña, or the girl, the opposite side of the cycle, brings cooler than average sea temperatures. They fall around 3 to 5 degrees below average. That brings cooler, drier weather to the tropical eastern Pacific. 2023 was the hottest year on record, boosted by El Nino conditions, on top of human-induced climate change, and that warmth continued into 2024. The latest forecast from the World Meteorological Organization gives a 50% chance of staying in a state of neutrality or moving into La Niña within the next 3 months. And that chance increases to 60% between July and September of going into La Niña, and moves further up to 70% between August and November.
The conditions now are more warming. So in the background, although La Niña is the cooling in the central and eastern Pacific Ocean, but it's happening in the background of the global warming. So one thing we can say, the overall system is getting warmer, although La Niña might slow down slightly, temporarily, the global warming. But it might not get us back to where we were 10 years ago.
The past 9 years have been the Earth's warmest on record. And that's despite the cooling influence of La Niña that came before this latest El Nino. And that was one of the 5 strongest ever known. Scientists say they are not expecting any significant change to global temperatures brought on by the upcoming shift in climate. Everton Fox, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, China has warned it will take resolute action against any move carried out by Taiwan in its bid for independence. In a fiery speech at Asia's annual Top Security Summit in Singapore, China's defense minister also shared his country's vision of global security before defense leaders from around the world. Al Jazeera's Patrick Park reports.
This was Admiral Dong Jun's first appearance in Singapore as China's defense chief. In his address, he called for a new security partnership to safeguard the region, one free from interference, referring to US-led efforts to build alliances to deter any use of force by Beijing. He also hit out at the US for arming Taipei.
This essentially fuels Taiwanese independence ambitions, attempting to use Taiwan to contain China. These malicious intentions are dragging Taiwan into a perilous situation.
China's differences with the US were laid bare at the summit.
We had a frank discussion.
Secretary Lloyd Austin earlier accused Beijing of dangerous harassment against the Philippines. But the two sides did manage to engage with one another here. Defense chiefs from both countries spoke face-to-face for the first time in nearly 2 years. The last time such a gathering took place, there was little more than a handshake between them. This time, China says because of its military differences with the US, they must communicate with one another. Importantly, the two sides agreed to open up a military-to-military level dialogue further here in Singapore, and also to set up a crisis communications working group by the end of this year. It's a notable piece of progress considering the low level of engagement just a year ago.
I think it's the beginnings of rejuvenating the lines of communication on defense and security matters between US and China.
Separately, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made a late appearance at Asia's premier security gathering. He's here to drum up support for his peace conference due to be held in Switzerland later this month. Here, he accused China of undermining the initiative.
Unfortunately, there are also attempts to disrupt the summit.
We don't want to believe that this is a desire for a monopolistic power in the world to deny the global community the opportunity to decide on war and peace and to leave this power in the hands of one or two.
China has criticized the conference because Russia isn't invited and says without its participation, it'll be difficult for it to play a role in restoring peace. Patrick Falk, Al Jazeera, Singapore.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's it to be 2 headline news for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.